What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. Well, it looks like Jemele Hill has lost another gig. You love to see it. And it seems that she probably knew it was coming from her responses. Not that she knew she was going to get, lose this job at CNN Plus, but that people were going to react a certain type of way. And I want y'all to understand something about Jemele Hill. Jemele Hill is very unmarketable. She has tried to make herself into this super woke black woman, but really she's nothing more than a womanist, okay, who speaks down on the men in her own community. So I don't take any of her quote unquote pro-blackness very seriously. She's somebody that to me had the potential to be a stalwart on ESPN. But she took the wrong route. She took the other route because, again, these women don't know any better. And they think they're always going to have opportunities. And she may be. She got this opportunity. She did a show with her friend Cari Champion, who also was on that same show. They both, are out of work again. It seemed like these two tried to work together and it doesn't work. I think Cari Champion needs to go back to doing sports television like she was doing on ESPN. But she decided to leave there to follow Jemele Hill because, Jemele Hill, I don't know if she's convinced her that she knows what's best for both of them, but the fact that they keep teaming up with each other and they keep failing lets you know that Jemele Hill doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. And she's always going to have opportunities because they need woke black women like her in media. But to me, this just shows me that, once again, I'm right. She's not marketable. All that. And I would just say this, too. You go and you work for CNN Plus. CNN is struggling. So why would you go to CNN Plus? Let's get into this article from The Spun. It says Jemele Hill's short-lived stint on CNN Plus has already come to an end. CNN Plus will be shut down on April 30th. And you love to see that too. In a complex stream market, consumers want simplicity and an all-in service which provides a better experience and more value than the standalone offerings, and for the company, a more sustainable business model to drive out future investments in great journalism and storytelling. Discovery streaming boss Jaye said in a statement via CNN.com, "We have very exciting opportunities ahead in the streaming space, and CNN, one of the world's premier reputable assets, will play an important role there." Hill and Cari Champion joined CNN Plus back in February to host a weekly show about sports, entertainment, politics. They always got to put politics in the sports where it doesn't mix. That's why nobody watched your show. Unfortunately, the venture was short-lived. Hill shared her reaction to the latest CNN Plus news via Twitter. Someone said, "Congrats on your run with CNN Plus at Jemele Hill." She says, "Some of y'all are going to try to get jokes off at my expense, but I'm going to be fine. It's called a contract. Learn about it. But there are people who are part of our show staff who do not have the same protection. Good people will be out of work, but go off though." You see how she's trying to shame, right? You should have thought of that, Jemele, before you joined CNN Plus. CNN Plus was bound to fail, but because CNN Plus is the home of TDS, misinformation, race baiting, she felt like it would be a perfect fit. She felt like it would be a perfect fit because it fits her ideology, even though they make fun of black people, even though they demonize black people every chance they get. But she wanted to bet her future on that. Now she's talking about her contract. That's all she cares about. She got bought out at ESPN. I believe she still writes for The Atlantic. A woman like her is always going to have those type of opportunities. That's all she cares about. She doesn't care that the show may last a couple of weeks, a couple of months. As long as she gets paid, she doesn't care. That's basically what she's saying. As long as people are dumb enough to pay Jemele Hill, she's okay with that. Why are people paying this woman? She's not marketable. She's on a show with Cari Champion, who is the eye candy of the two, and they still can't get people to tune in. From the numbers that I heard was going on that app, I mean, first of all, I would never in my life watch CNN. Why would I even get the app? Why would I go out of my way to join that service? Only people with extreme TDS, only people who follow these two on Twitter would ever want to join CNN, and who devoutly follows them, because we all know that liberals don't spend like that. And this just proves it. This is why conservative media is head and shoulders above anything CNN, MSNBC does, because they tell a different side. People want different. They don't want lies and misinformation. I'm not saying that conservative media doesn't spin things in their way at times, but it has a little bit more truth than what we see on these other places. They're not about censorship like some of these other places, and people are not dumb. They see what's going on. Hill no doubt will have opportunities elsewhere. Meanwhile, CNN will bring her back. Now, maybe CNN will bring her back. However, her run at CNN Plus is over just after a month, and people are still dumb enough to give this woman contracts. You see, I see through Jemele Hill. Okay? And she's not marketable. Who is she marketable to? To women? Because she's definitely not marketable to black people as a whole, because she's writing articles about Deshaun Watson and why is he still allowed to play in the NFL? This is what I am getting from this article. How NFL teams talk themselves into players like Deshaun Watson. This is another black man. She shames and shames people on Twitter all day if they say anything remotely bad about black people, or she perceives to be bad about black people as a whole. But she will take her time to try to destroy a black man, you know? And people talk about Jemele Hill being unbothered. Jemele Hill is very bothered. This is why she got on Twitter and said this, because she's very bothered. She understands that she's a failure. She's not marketable. The fact that she continues to get opportunities just shows you where we are in society. Is that a person like this who have proven, she proved for a little while at ESPN that she could host a successful show. But that was with Michael Smith. They had that brother and sister chemistry, and it worked for what they were doing. But when they decided to put them on the 6, what they call Sports Center, and then they started to push these this woke narrative, it turned people against her. See, in order for you to have a successful show on TV, because people barely watch TV now than they did 5 or 10 years ago, is that you have to be able to have people from both sides of the aisle. You need to be able to have liberals and conservatives, or even people in the middle, watch your content. Now, you can be biased. Now, again, you can be a conservative. You could be a conservative and get a large audience, because conservatives actually care about real news. They actually can, they care about, they don't care about identity and woke and trying to pander to different groups. They just care about, hey, what's going on here? Tell me the truth. You don't have to lie to me, even though, some conservatives can be very delusional. But with liberals, they want an echo chamber. They want to believe something, and they want you to regurgitate what they believe. And that's Jemele Hill. You can't be one-sided and think that you're going to have a successful TV show, especially if you are pushing a woke liberal narrative. You're not going to be successful. But as long as Jemele Hill gets paid, she doesn't care. See, Jemele Hill is a mercenary. Jemele Hill is a mercenary. She doesn't really care whether she's not getting paid, whether her TV show is a failure. As long as she's able to get paid, that's all Jemele Hill cares about. That's all she cares about. She only cares about getting paid, as this will show you. It's all about getting paid for her. It's a paycheck. CNN Plus is a paycheck. When she had that show with Jemele Hill, when they were hosting that show, I remember when they interviewed Logan Paul. It was right after I believe, this is right, might have been before he had his first fight. He was boxing. And the thing is, might have been after he fought Nate Robinson. And they were trying to race bait Logan Paul, right? That's what they're about. That's why that show failed. And for some reason, Cari Champion keeps trying to hitch her wagon to Jemele Hill. Now maybe she's gonna get paid too. So maybe that's what it's all about. It's all about being a mercenary. It's not about establishing a platform. She has a podcast nobody cares about. I don't even know if she still does that podcast. Jemele Hill is a woke mercenary who people keep paying to be a failure. Unbelievable. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will see you on the next one.